Hi everyone. In this lesson we are going to solve trigonometric equations. So a typical question would be like the one here. Find the values of x between 0 and 4 pi. And here's our equation, so that the sine of x equals 1/2. Now we will use the unit circle eventually, but before we do so, let's think about our special triangles. So my special triangles here, remember the old Trig Sokotoa, which applies to triangles. We have sine. Now sine is this one, opposite over hypotenuse. So we can see here sine equals 1/2. That means I'm looking for an angle where the opposite side is 1 and the hypotenuse is 2. Well, the only triangle I have with a hypotenuse equal to 2 is the 30-60 triangle. Now I'm looking for the angle where the opposite side is 1. So that's the 30-degree angle, and that's the opposite side there, equals number 1. So I know that x equals 30 degrees would be one of the answers to this. Now I'm going to go to my unit circle. So I've identified by my basic knowledge of special triangles that 30 degrees would do the job. So I can draw in my triangle here. Now, of course, in a unit circle, the radius is 1, not 2. That means the height here is 1/2, and the base here is √3/2. So the coordinates of this point, the point on the circle, is, instead of, it's like divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Now that point isn't unique. We know that point can travel around the circle. This solution here is just one solution. We could have another point on the circle symmetrically over here in the second quadrant, and we would get the same sized triangle. The coordinates of this point would be negative √3/2, but still positive 1/2. Remember, sine is the y coordinate of the point on the circle. Both of those have sine of 1/2. Now what's the size of the angle here? Well, the size of that angle there is going to be just a little bit less than 180 degrees. If I work in degrees, we have 0 degrees, then we had 90 degrees, 180 degrees. We know that this angle here was 30 degrees. This one is going to be 30 degrees less than 180, so that's 150 degrees. I should be giving my answers in radians because the question asked for radians, so I'll start to think of radians. So I know 30 would split the 30, 60, 90, then I'd have 120, 150, 180. Now, in terms of radians, that's 6 equal steps. But remember, in radians, this is pi radians. So each of those steps is pi/6. So our first answer for theta would be pi/6. That's this one here. Then moving around to this point over here, I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So the answer could be 5 pi/6. They've told us we can go anywhere from 0 to 4 pi. Now remembering that we can have complete rotations, can't we? I could go all the way around and then an additional 30 degrees, couldn't I? So I could literally get the alternative answers by adding or subtracting, but in this case adding 2 pi to the answers I already have. And I could add 2 pi to the alternate answer. So adding that, that would be the same as 12 pi/6. 12 plus 1 is 13 pi/6. This one would be the same as 12 pi/6. 12 plus 5 is 17 pi/6. So there's my 4 answers. If I went any further, I would be beyond 4 pi. Remember, the question said we wanted the answers to be within the interval 0 to 4 pi. So that's how we solve trig equations without a calculator. Thanks for watching.